What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name's Nelson, and today I'm inside a 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser. Our key here, it's got a Viper type of alarm, and it's got a regular Toyota key with this blue centering, which matches, which is super sweet. Let's hit it with a cold start. Love the way that sounds. Does this one? Oh. So nice Pioneer radio. Does it have a reverse camera? No, it does not. That stinks. No joke, this giant shifter on the FJ Cruiser just reminds me of like a Honda, like JDM thing, you know, like switching the gears. It's like so JDM. What do you guys think? How it shifts here on that drive from reverse to drive. Just got a slight little shift feeling there, but it feels really smooth, all the other gears. And my dad always kind of just does that just to kind of test it out. Let's look at our cluster. So our cluster is looking pretty nice and clean. Got nice little white red arrows. Gonna need some gas pretty soon. Got it in drive, and let's go for a drive. I got 213,000 miles on the odometer. You guys ready? I know you are. Our second Toyota FJ Cruiser that we have ever owned in our entire lives. And man, I gotta tell you, the first one we got blew me away, and this one right here is just excellent and beautiful too. This one is the Voodoo Blue, and oh my god, I am in love with the color already. We know the radio works. Let's take a look at this AC. Oh, because I need it. It's burning hot over here. Oh my god, that guy was about to get smashed. Watch it, delivery driver dude. Woo! Anyway, I want to talk real quick about the condition, because the condition matters. Not all cars are the same. There are some very good cars out there, and there's also some very bad cars, so you guys have to be careful. And the biggest difference here in this FJ Cruiser is not just the condition, it is the Carfax. We shop Carfax. My last FJ Cruiser, one owner, a bunch of service history records, and it did not have any of these wears. So I don't think this is, I think this is more owner wise than it is, you know, typical FJ or Toyota things going out. You can see here the first owner in 2007 owned it 1 year, next owner owned it 2 years, last owner owned it 9 years. So really only like a one owner, because everyone else owned it for so little and they barely put any miles into it. No accidents, 20 service records, 3 previous owners, only owned in California, 213,000 original miles. And I love that it has no accidents. So always buy a car with no accidents. Something that sucks here is that it's only rear-wheel drive. That's right, the 4-wheel drive is missing. Ah! But that's okay, because this is still a great vehicle. Outside of the FJ Cruiser is looking really clean, but it's got its wear and tear. The front hood has little tiny clear coat peeling off, and that's probably because they didn't put this car necessarily in the garage. Maybe they had an even nicer, rarer car. Also, the tires are not 100%. Also, the rear on the spare tire is ripped, and that's just stuff that you're gonna see on the FJ Cruiser. Interior wise, there's really nothing wrong other than a couple stains here and there. Everything else here is working. Radio is aftermarket, and then you have this right here, a little bit of wear on the steering wheel, and I don't necessarily think it's because of the miles. I think it's because of the last person that owned it. Why it's important to shop by Carfax, because Carfax tells you a lot, and you can just kind of tell that maybe it was the first 2 owners that maybe didn't really care for this vehicle too much, because they bought it, they owned it, and they must have not loved it. Because I gotta tell you, I am absolutely in love with this thing. It's got the 4.0 motor. That motor is so badass, no joke. And check it out, actually the car right in front of me, the Toyota 4Runner right there, should have the same motor, should have that 4.0 motor. This thing has a lot of power for a big SUV. Another really big side to buying an FJ Cruiser is just the parts. I mean, it's the same thing as basically what I just passed up right there, a Toyota 4Runner these years. They are super expensive because they are super nice and they run just about forever. And if you need to replace some parts, well, you know, they're gonna cost you the same as a Toyota 4Runner. So this isn't something like Ferrari or like you know, one of the newer Corvettes or anything like that. The parts for these things are still relatively cheap. We actually had to rebuild the differential on this one right here, and To do that cost us, I think, like $1,000. I have a receipt, I have warranty on it, 3-year warranty, 30,000 mile warranty. So it's just a win-win for everybody, you know. And it cost me really close to nothing, and I got a bunch of brand new parts. And the thing is that the car still ran really well. It just had a weird noise in the background. Another really common thing that you're gonna see on an FJ Cruiser, you can see the windshield is just huge. It's got 3 wiper blades, but I got a bunch of rock chips right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The FJ Cruiser has just such a straight windshield. You know, it has a totally different windshield than any other car, and I love it because it's so unique, but I get a lot of cracks. Look, there's another Voodoo Blue, woo, FJ Cruiser with, I'm not sure if you saw it carefully, but the paint was damaged on the hood just like mine is, and that totally sucks. But it's just the hood, and it just needs to be repainted a little bit, and we'll be good to go. That Voodoo Blue, woo. Just think of the FJ Cruiser. I gotta tell you, there's certain things in this life that you just don't know until you try it, until you actually do it. For example, YouTube. You don't know how hard it is. You don't know the sleepless nights. You don't know any of this stuff until you start doing it, and then it just becomes this crazy wild thing. And it's the same thing with me. I'm totally stuck on YouTube. I love doing it, but oh my God, my mom, she picked me up this morning like at 8 in the morning, and I was up last night till like 3 in the morning making videos, and I should have gone to bed, but I really wanted to finish that dang video. And yeah, so you just don't know until you actually have one, until you actually own one. These FJ Cruisers are just so badass. It's like a tank, man. I can compare this thing to so many different things. I want to compare it to a Honda Element just because of the blue on the outside, and then when you're inside in the car, you get these blue little accessories. Like this is blue, the same color as the outside, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. I love the silver. I love that I can see a little bit of blue right here through the door, and that just is just so cool, because you always see these kind of tacky aftermarket things that people will add on here, carbon fiber and all these lame stuff, but this is OEM, and this will last forever. I mean, you can see it's lasted forever. And I can compare this kind of to the Honda Element. I'm not sure if you guys have ever been in a Honda Element. You guys are crazy, right? Compare this thing to a Honda Element, but it kind of is. It kind of has that hatchback kind of a thing. It has the really big ruggedness. The carpet. Honda Elements have carpet like this, which is hardcore. It's meant for camping, for, you know, going out there into the wild, into the wilderness. I mean, Toyota go places, right? But the Honda Element is like that too, and it also has the color of the outside on the Element. If you have a green Element, it'll be green on the inside. If it's blue on the outside, it'll be blue on the inside, and I absolutely love the way they do that. This car also reminds me of a Hummer. Now, I'm like way out there, right? You guys are thinking, what? How does this remind you of a Hummer? A Hummer is a Hummer. It is, what? It's big. It's a gas-guzzling SUV. It's kind of a piece of poop. It's worthless a little bit, especially that when they put 5 cylinders and V6s in them. Just like, Jesus, are you serious? It's a Hummer. You know, it gives you that feeling. You have the Hummer feeling. And what feeling is that? Kind of like, I don't know, you're like a politician, or you're what is it, like a kind of like a drug dealer or something like that, something crazy. That's the kind of feeling you get when you're driving this FJ Cruiser. You get that feeling that you're unstoppable. You got this feeling that you're standing tall and high, that you're on top of the world. And like I said, you don't know the feeling until you have an FJ Cruiser. So if you've had an FJ Cruiser, let me know what year you have. Let me know how many miles you have. Let me know if it's running strong, dude. I can't wait to hear from you guys, so you guys can tell me about your guys' FJ Cruisers and your experience with them. Let's hit this bumpy road. Oh, you hate this road. I kind of exaggerate a little bit. A little bit of door panel noise over here, but I mean, that's what's to be expected. Feel like, I mean, you feel like rock solid in this car. This 4.0 motor just has that power, has everything with 213,000 miles. It does not feel sluggish or slow at all, even though I'm getting passed up by everyone. That's just me, the way I drive, you know. Blinkers be working good. Let's go. I did adjust my mirrors too. I didn't show you that. Mirrors are working at 213,000 miles. It seems like everything is working. The radio probably had to be replaced because of the knob. It's so annoying. It does the same thing in my Toyota Highlander. Same thing in my mom's Toyota Camry. The freaking knob just is a disaster. So I showed you this one here. Cool. Did you guys? Then it has another one over here, and we are missing the the manuals, which stinks. Look at how the size of those speakers, and then it has a cool design. It's 5:30, I gotta go pick up my son. I gotta finish this video test drive. Ow! FJ Cruiser is a definite pass. We've been driving it for about 15-20 minutes. You can see it's idling perfectly fine. It's not going up or down. Everything looks good. My volts are a little bit under 18, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Temperature is holding fine. I need gas. I'm in drive, and so far so good. I mean, everything is great. What do you guys think of this 3-spoke steering wheel? Just gorgeous to the max. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Thanks for checking us out.